very strange to be here. I was at Sheffield University for 10 years, at the information school, but I moved to Sheffield Hallam to do design, so I'm going to talk to you about designing user experiences when IoT is the underpinning technology. And the real-world context I'm going to talk to you about is museum and heritage sites in general. Just pick two examples from the MESH project. It's a European project I coordinated. But this slide is to show you the complexity of the visitor's journey while visiting a place. There is a bit of everything, starting from the building, the information decks, the galleries with the objects on display, labels and panels, special activities, services like guided tours, the cafeteria or the museum shop. And IoT can be used in a meaningful way to design experiences that seamlessly combine the physical collection and the multimedia content. And you can also link the experience done in the museum with some other information can be done further experiences online. And we can expand in space, like covering more sites or expanding in time with visitors that come back again and again. To give you an example, this is one of the about 10 installations that we've done around Europe. Is a snippet of a video done in collaboration with this museum in Den Haag in the Netherlands, and it gives you a flavor of the visitor experience.
The exhibition The Hague and the Atlantic Wall explores the impact of the Atlantic Wall structure on the city of The Hague during the war and what it meant for civilians and all people living here. At the beginning of the exhibition, you can choose from what perspective you want to visit the exhibition, and that's where the mesh technology comes in.
We work with the museum to create different perspectives of the same event, and then we associated them with these different objects, with this smart replica. So there was the perspective of the German soldier. They thought they were defending the Dutch from the Allies. There were the Dutch civilians that were displaced from their houses and their houses demolished, so clearly they had a very different view on the Dutch occupation. And there were the officers that were in between the German and the Dutch. We carried out a really extensive evaluation, and we found that visitors really like this new way of interacting, manipulating objects, using them to activate content, much more than using an app on a mobile phone. It was really an engaging and immersive experience. And the exhibition lasted for 6 months, so what we needed was to make sure that the replica could be easily made by the museum independently. So what we did was with them, in collaboration with them, we selected objects that could be easily replicated with core materials, as you can see there. Then we prepared a kit so that the museum could make the replica if they needed to. Every smart replica is a unique NFC tag that we tracked during the visit, so we were able to know each replica what pieces been taken, for how long, and so on. And then we used this data to both for the museum and for the visitors. From the museum point of view, we were able to provide a lot of statistics. And so this was a way for the museum to understand how the visitors consume the exhibition. First of all, we were able to tell them that 40% of all the visitors used the replica in every single station. And this is much higher than general uptake of interactive installation that is between the 10 and 20%. Then they were also very surprised to see that the German perspective was used as much as the Dutch. And this, in a sense, was very positive for them, because this justified the effort to create more content, extra content for the exhibition. The bar at the bottom shows the use in the different stations, and when the big drop is at the printing of the postcard. We'll go back to this in a second, but I wanted first of all to mention what the postcard was. It was a souvenir that represented the personal visit. We use stamps to represent the visit, so the 3 stations where the visitors spent the most of the time were printed on the postcard. But the postcard had also a unique number, and this number allowed the visitors to get on a personalized website where you can see the city of Den Haag with the different content from the exhibition placed, and that was a way for the visitors to get, for example, to see the content that they didn't consume during their visit. The museum was also keen to have the participation of the visitors, so the points, the Google Map points that you see there is content that has been uploaded by the public that we visited, and that could be then seen by other visitors in that place. Of course, we recorded all the different interaction, and when we looked inside, out of the nearly 15,000 uses of the smart replica, only 1,500 roughly were printed, postcard printed, so about 10%. The reason for this is because the objects were picked up in a place and then the printing was in another station. So after visitors had completely seen the exhibition, they returned the object where they picked them, so they missed out on printing and printed their own souvenir. And this gives you a sense of the fact that we have to design taking every single element into account. So the way the exhibition was designed by the museum had an impact on the use of the technology that we proposed. Similarly, the number of people that uploaded the content was quite limited. The museum was really worried about the type of content uploaded, so they wanted to monitor what was put on display. So that meant that the uploading was done after the visit. And I'm quite sure that if the uploading of content, the contribution was done during the exhibition, then that would be a much higher participation. We also experimented with using these logs in different ways. This is a personalized page that was automatically composed on the basis of the logs, but using content that came from the museum archives or public repositories such as Europeana. And we discussed it, and though we didn't implement this, the possibility of expanding, extending the interaction with the city at large. In the back of the poster, you can see that there was the city, the map of the city with the different points and the different stations that are represented in the exhibition. So you can imagine an app that somehow guides you outside of the museum to see the city, and then the content is personalized on the basis of what you have done before inside the museum now. So in a sense, what we have done with the Atlantic Hall and in all the other installation is to hide the technology, so that what the technology disappears and what is created is an immersive experience with the heritage. And the shift in the way the technology is designed changes also the role of the museum professionals. While they don't have enough experience and expertise to design apps for the museum, they have a lot of experience in designing exhibitions, so they know what works and can be very effective. So if they have an easy enough and easy to use toolkit, they will be able to create their own interactive installations. And this is what we've done as the output of the project, was created a toolkit. So I'm going to play a little bit to show. This is a
Meet the Mesh Toolkit. This kit gives cultural heritage professionals the freedom to experiment with new kinds of interactive storytelling.
We invited several Dutch museums here to our society to test the mesh technology for us and to tell us what they think.
It's great for starters, and it's great for small museums because it's so much more user-friendly than I expected.
This technology challenges everyone to be creative. You can tell multiple stories in addition to your text labels, or give museum objects a voice.
Schneider Atelier in Amsterdam. Die komt binnen in zijn atelier.
Let an object tell its own story when a visitor touches a replica. In this way, stories and information become accessible through natural gestures and physical movement.
Now that we made this basic hologram, we will use the mesh technology to make an interactive hologram out of it, so we can display it in the museum.
The kit contains a base set, multiple sensors, a projector, and a pre-configured tiny server. But you can also add your own hardware.
The mesh gives the possibility to museum people to reuse code of technical people.
Sounds a little intimidating? Don't worry, we guide you through the whole process with a user-friendly content system, the ultimate tool.
Well, I really like that we can prototype ourselves because, for example, right now we're redeveloping our Roman galleries, the Roman collection, and we know we want to give people access to certain information, but we're not quite sure about the interaction we want. But with the mesh technology, we can quite easily try out different types of interaction, and we can also try out different types of content. So do people prefer video? Do they prefer text, or do they prefer audio? And we can do this ourselves and change it really quickly and easily to get feedback from our visitors, so we can make a more informed decision on the type of technology we want in gallery.
And most of all, it's easy and fun. The only thing you have to do is start playing.
After this little advertisement, I'm going to discuss a little bit the architecture very quickly. So on the top is the online services where the cultural heritage professional would upload the content. On the left is a magazine with tested installation that can be reused and repurposed in different contexts. There is the editing of the content. When the content is prepared, this can be instantaneously deployed on the configuration of the hardware that you see there. So it's really instantaneous, the possibility of testing. And this is clearly a fast prototyping. Gives the opportunity to experiment many different content and situations. The distinction between the separation with the content and the hardware allows us to have the same content on different hardware or multiple contents on the same hardware. And actually is what allowed us to editing the content from the Netherlands and then downloading the content in Sheffield while we were making the hardware. And I'd just like to finish with a few lessons learned from the point of view of the visitors. The IoT can create special experiences, entering the objects and choosing the story makes the visit unique. From the curator's point of view, it really opens up a lot of possibility, telling different stories, following the visitors. And I know it's an extremely simple technology, and when you work with a museum with something that you really want to work all the time, you really have to go to the very basic. Nevertheless, it is possible to create really surprising experiences for visitors. One point of caution is that never give the IT infrastructure for granted. Very often you don't have Wi-Fi and sometimes even not a mobile phone signal. Nevertheless, it's possible really to create something interesting and successful in that way. The point is to work in co-creation and collaboration with the museum professionals. They know the stories and something very positive can be done. And then the last thing is the thank you for all the people that were in the project with me. So it was an effort of a lot of research, about 40 researchers across Europe.